Did you know that Albert Einstein was only 4 years old before he was able to speak? Or that Walt Disney got fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas? Or that the Beatles got refused by a recording studio because their sound didn't really fit the show business? All of these people you probably know and have heard about, and they made a legacy that would go on for years. 1,000 fails might just lead to one success that tips all the skills in your favor and makes you successful in what you do. Us humans should not fear the concept of failure, but we should embrace it with open arms if we ever want to reach beyond what we think is possible. You probably have heard your parents say, "Learn from your mistakes." But what happens when you go to school? You're not allowed to make any mistakes in school. And how can you learn from these mistakes if you're not allowed to make them? This contradiction, it's a major problem, something that we call a high-pressure environment in our compulsory education. Achieving success is about taking a leap of faith. Only this way you might find the path to success. Henry Ford, the famous automaker, he went bankrupt 4 times before he was able to create the successful brand that Ford is today. Failure has us lose everything, but only to allow a clean sheet from which we can build again from scratch. They go together like tea and sugar. Failing is the companion of success. They go together like a fork or a knife, or men and women, any obvious couple. By traveling together, they allow one another. Quantification of failure is a key component to remain in balance. Micro-failure is described as something that is the best way to gain access to the success it might lead to. As Bill Cosby once says, "The desire to succeed must be greater than the fear of failing." Not only does failure lead to success, it also enables you to have freedom within your own creativity. Dagis described the be good mindset as the ultimate vision to be successful in whatever you do. This leads to anxiety and frustration of failure. As a result, these people with the mindset, they try to eliminate all the failure. But by doing so, they eliminate their creativity. We should accept the possibility of failure in order to learn from the experience. If we no longer fear the failure, we might dare to experiment with the creative possibilities we come up with. The amount of freedom we allow our creative mind to take is essential to this. Even in our current education system, there is a large pressure on pupils. The system barely allows children to fail and learn from their mistakes. Young pupils have no knowledge of their physiological resilience yet and can only explore this by experiencing failure. Failing is a great way to develop and grow while enjoying your education. The pressure of performing on tests and exams is a very large contradiction to this mindset. You are in school to learn and explore yourself. To do this, failure is essential, but by failing, you can negatively affect your study. Thus, we reach a paradox. Imagine if any fail you made would be your last. How much failure would we have? The acceptance of a mistake after learning from it and going on is what truly makes us grow as a human being. Success, creativity, and education are building upon failure and the experience we get from this. Fear of failure, it holds us back. It makes us hold back. Only when you stop falling and hit the ground, you can start making your way back up again.